After 60, life teaches us that it's the small things, the often overlooked, the nearly invisible, that matter the most. We focus so much on big milestones, cholesterol levels, blood pressure, medications, diets, doctor visits. And yes, they are important. But according to a growing number of geriatric health experts, there's something far more basic that holds surprising power over how long and how well we live. Cleanliness. Not just hygiene in the general sense, but 4 very specific areas of the body that often go neglected, especially as we age. And neglecting them can lead to infections, inflammation, bad bacteria buildup, and even diseases that may silently chip away at your quality of life. Dr. Charles Peterson, a renowned geriatric physician with over 30 years of experience, said in an interview, "I've seen more health issues start with small hygiene oversights than from big medical decisions." He says the body after 60 is more vulnerable, more reactive, and more prone to irritation and infection. So what we often brush off as minor could be the very thing causing fatigue, poor immunity, or persistent skin and smell issues. Let's begin with the first area, behind the ears. You'd be amazed how many people forget this spot entirely. The creases behind our ears are warm, dark, and often moist, making them the perfect home for bacteria. These bacteria can cause odor, skin irritation, or even ear infections that travel inward. And the older we get, the more difficult it becomes to spot these issues until they've already grown. Many older adults report itching or dry skin around the ears, chalking it up to aging, but very often it's simply poor cleaning. According to a 2021 dermatology study from the University of Michigan, 43% of adults over 60 had some form of seborrheic dermatitis or bacteria buildup behind the ears. The researchers concluded that this area was frequently missed in daily washing routines. Dr. Peterson notes that this can easily be prevented. A clean cloth, warm water, and gentle soap every day is all you need, he says. It's not about scrubbing hard. It's about being mindful. And if you're unable to reach comfortably, use a washcloth around your fingers or ask a caregiver for assistance. This small act of daily attention can eliminate odors, reduce risk of infection, and even help hearing aids sit more comfortably. It may seem like nothing, but it's a seed of health planted in silence. And seeds, as we know, bloom in time. Let's talk about the second area, under the fingernails. These tiny hidden spaces carry more than dirt. They hold your story. Think about everything your hands have done: cooked meals, held grandbabies, planted gardens, written letters, fixed things, comforted loved ones. Hands age with us. And with time they grow dry, stiff, and less able to fend off threats like they used to. What many people don't realize is that underneath the fingernails is one of the most bacteria-filled places on the human body. According to a study by the CDC, older adults have a 60% higher risk of harboring pathogens under their nails compared to the general adult population. Why? Because many are no longer working with their hands daily, so they often neglect cleaning them thoroughly. And if your immunity isn't as strong as it once was, those bacteria can enter through tiny cracks in the skin or nail beds. That's how small infections begin. And for people with diabetes or autoimmune conditions, a small infection can quickly turn serious. Dr. Marla Quinn, a senior infectious disease researcher, says it plainly. Clean hands can mean the difference between a healthy season and a hospital stay, especially after 60. She recommends a simple but consistent approach. Trim your nails regularly, avoid excessive nail polish buildup, and clean underneath with a soft nail brush during every hand-washing session. Even once a day can drastically reduce bacteria count. And don't forget, many of us touch our face dozens of times without realizing it. So clean nails protect your eyes, your mouth, your immune system. This is about more than hygiene. It's about self-respect, and it's about protecting the very hands that have done so much for so long. Think of every wash as a thank you to yourself, your past, and your future. Now let's dive into the third area, your belly button. Yes, it might make you smile, but this one matters more than most people think. The navel is like a small personal cave, warm, dark, and easily forgotten. But inside that cave lives an entire ecosystem. Scientists at North Carolina State University conducted a study on belly button bacteria and found something astonishing. The average navel holds over 2,300 types of bacteria, many of which are completely unique to the individual. That's not all bad. Some bacteria are helpful. But when you stop cleaning your belly button regularly, especially if you sweat or wear tight clothes, those bacteria can multiply and become harmful. That's when you notice odd smells, itching, or even pus-filled bumps forming inside or around the area. Dr. Jamie Sinclair, a skin health expert from California, explains that the risk increases after 60 due to reduced immune responses and slower skin regeneration. And let's be honest, many people have trouble bending over or twisting enough to clean the area well. That's why a cotton swab dipped in warm water or rubbing alcohol once a week is your best friend. Don't just splash water and move on. Gently clean inside the navel, then pat it completely dry. Never leave moisture sitting in the belly button. It's the perfect invitation for fungus. This tiny 2-minute act once or twice a week can save you from long-term discomfort. And it's a reminder that even your most hidden parts deserve care. Because even if the world forgets them, you don't have to. Finally, let's talk about the fourth and most critical area, between your toes. Your feet are your independence. They take you to the store, to your neighbor's house, to church, to that quiet park bench where you think and remember and dream. But after 60, they face more strain than ever before. Nerve endings weaken, circulation slows, skin thins. And between your toes, a place we often forget entirely, is where problems silently begin. Fungal infections thrive in this moist, cramped space. Cracks can form, leading to athlete's foot, ulcers, or even cellulitis. And for seniors, especially those with diabetes or neuropathy, these conditions can become severe, even life-threatening, if untreated. Dr. Helena Marks, a podiatrist in Oregon, says she sees this mistake daily. They wash their feet but don't dry between the toes. That's like cleaning a wound and leaving it wet. It invites harm. Her advice is direct. During every bath or shower, clean between each toe carefully. Afterward, use a tissue or soft towel to dry the area completely. If needed, use a little antifungal powder once a week to keep things fresh and protected. And moisturize the tops and bottoms of your feet daily. Never between the toes, though, as that can trap moisture. Real-life example? Meet Linda, 71, from Texas. She ignored the itching between her toes for months, thinking it was dry skin. One day she woke up with swollen, painful feet. The infection had spread. She had to spend 2 weeks in the hospital. Today, she never forgets to clean and dry those areas daily. It's 5 seconds, she says, but it's 5 seconds that protect everything. There's something sacred about the body after 60. Every wrinkle holds a memory. Every scar carries a story. Every ache reminds you that you've lived, loved, endured, and grown. And while the world often looks at aging through a lens of limitation, here in this community we choose to see it through a lens of wisdom, resilience, and quiet power. Because your body, even now, is not giving up on you. It's still speaking, through small signals, subtle symptoms, and tiny needs that whisper, "Care for me, and I'll keep carrying you." The truth is, you don't have to wait for a doctor to remind you that your health matters. Your daily habits are your first prescription. Your attention is your first protection. Washing behind your ears isn't just about skin. It's about listening to the quiet messages your body sends. Washing under your fingernails isn't just hygiene. It's an act of guarding the hands that have carried decades of hard work, held families together, and built the life you're still living. Cleaning your belly button isn't silly. It's a reminder that even the most overlooked parts of you deserve dignity and respect. And caring for your feet? That's honoring the path you've walked and preparing the way for more steps to come. You've likely spent most of your life taking care of others, putting your children first, showing up for your spouse, working long hours, sacrificing your sleep, your peace, your own needs. But now is the time to come home to yourself. This is not vanity. This is not self-indulgence. This is stewardship. Your body is still a temple. And even if it creaks and cracks and complains some days, it is still the house of your spirit. It still deserves reverence. It still deserves care. And when you take just a few minutes each day to tend to it, you're doing something powerful. You're rejecting the message that says, "I'm too old to matter." You're rewriting the narrative that says aging is decay. You're choosing to honor your life, not as something behind you, but as something still unfolding. Because here's what they don't tell you. Longevity isn't just about medication. It's about prevention. It's about awareness. It's about making small choices, over and over, that add up to big change. It's about choosing to clean the places others forget, not because it's easy, but because it's right. Because you still matter. Because your life still matters. And because the future still holds beauty, laughter, freedom, and peace for those who are willing to keep showing up. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine your future self, 5 or 10 years from now, looking back. That version of you, healthier, steadier, still independent, still walking strong, will thank you for the small things you did today, for the care, for the tenderness, for the effort. It may seem like nothing, just a cloth behind the ear, a brush under the nails, a swab in the belly button, a towel between the toes. But it's everything, because it's a choice to live, and not just to live, but to live with dignity. The world may move fast. People may forget to ask how you're doing. But here, in this space, we don't forget. We see you. We honor you. We walk with you. You're not alone in this journey. Every tip, every story, every video we share is a light for the path ahead. Not just to help you survive, but to help you truly live. If this message spoke to you, even in a small way, please consider subscribing to the 60+ chapter. This isn't just a channel. It's a family. A place where your story matters. Where your health, happiness, and healing come first. We know that after 60, many people feel forgotten or left behind. But not here. Here, you are seen. You are celebrated. We create every video to give you real advice, comfort, and tools to help you live better, not just longer. So if this video helped you, even a little, If it made you feel understood or gave you something to think about, please take one small step. Click subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it tells us to keep going. It helps us grow this beautiful community of strength, hope, and second chances. Together, let's make the 60-plus years the most empowered years yet. You are not done. You are just beginning.